Hello, today we will be playing Heroes Advent. We'll begin day 11 for Alex. This is the newest update come out. It came out, I think around the 7th or the 6th of this month. So much like with days 11 for Max and Ray, Lady Spring is coming to the city. So after I played the one for Max when Lady Spring comes to the city, I played that part again in Ray's day 11, hoping that there might be some differences in the dialogue between Dave and Alicia. But the dialogue was pretty much the same, so I'm probably going to skip that whole part and just stick on all the dialogue for Alex. Instead of covering the part where Dave has his conversation with Alicia, I'm just going to go ahead and just skip that and just deal with all the parts in this update that deal with both Dave and Alex in their discussions. So, where am I? It's so cold here. Is it always like this at night? You hug your shoulders, steeling yourself against the cold. When suddenly you heard whispers and faint murmurs from afar. Is someone there? You look towards the direction of the voice as if you could somehow move across this formless space. Though soon enough, the voices did become clearer. Compose yourself, child. You are still with this world. What? Almost immediately, the murmurs around you died down as a voice spoke to you. Wait, who are you? I believe this is not the first time we've spoken to one another. I guess you're right. You do sound really familiar. But I can't seem to pull out a name right now. I don't know why. I think this happened before where I met my old friend here. Suppose I see how it is. The figure seemed morose at first, but as they let out a soft chuckle, you felt rather relieved. Told yourself not. It's fun to forget certain things once in a while. Although I can sense a disturbance in your heart. What seems to be plaguing your mind, dear? I guess I still have doubts after all of this. Maybe I'm not so worthy to be a hero, like almost everybody's doubted me, and I think for good reason too. I think that's quite normal, Dave. You think so? Indeed. Doubt, while usually a negative emotion, is something everybody has by nature. Even the gods of this world doubt themselves once in a while. Would you say that would make them a failure as well? Would you say that would make them a failure as well? Well, if it's gods we're talking about, I guess not. So don't worry so much. Here, come and rest for a while. You decided to lie down on what you assumed was the ground. You didn't know how, but gradually the eerie around you was no more. Soon enough, you found yourself resting amidst a lush meadow. As a gentle breeze caressed your head, you lifted your head, watching the dandelions scattering across the sky just above the wavy sunflowers. You let out a deep sigh after taking in the view before you. Feeling better? You can somehow feel the figure offer you a gentle smile. Yeah, it's quite a change from the usual things I see in my dreams. Nightmares, rather. I'm of the mindset that everything that has transpired in this world carries a reasoning beneath. Those nightmares you have had, they too all carry a meaning. If that's the case, then it must be pretty sinister. Indeed, I was surmised as much. Doesn't really help with all these being hero stuff either, as if my own self-doubt was not enough. This is just adding fuel to the fire. I understand your grievances. When you do, Dave. My own child used to feel that way all the time when he was a youngling. Your child? Oh, right. You do have a son. Oh, sorry. Was I not supposed to talk about that? No. All's well, dear. Now you have the chance to rest your mind. Just let yourself be. Once you feel ready, the next appropriate course to action will come to you as naturally as can be. Until then, rest easy. I shall take care of everything. Thank you. I owe you a lot, ma'am. And so the figure left. Yet strong feeling you knew how they were. You knew who they were, but the name still somehow eluded you right now. But instead of leaving you to another void, they have imparted to you yet another gift, a soothing lullaby that sang your name as it eased your soul and comforted your heart. You lay there on the field for what felt like hours, though it was some much needed respite. Eventually, it was time for you to leave. Hmm. That must have been her. I can't wait to see her today. Afterwards, you glance at your phone as its blinking light caught your eyes. It was a message from Max. He wanted everyone to gather at the tavern for breakfast before heading to the lobby. Master Elric had announced that someone important is arriving at the city today. Alright, let's get ready then. Oh, actually, I have something to show you guys. Here, take a look at this. Alex said as he took out a piece of old parchment with some writing scribble on it. Huh? What's this, Alex? So, here's how this happened. Yesterday when Dave and I were at the park, we found this note that was somehow left in the middle of our path. It's almost like it just came out of nowhere. I was near the fountain, Alex passed by, and suddenly the note was there. We found it a bit strange, so Alex rushed me back to the lab so he could take a look at it. Indeed. But what is it even about? Here, you guys take a look. Okay, sounds like a bunch of gibberish to me. Huh? Looks like some kind of language. I don't know a single word, though. Hmm. The new CG. Lady Spring. Oh, gods be praised. Bless our land with your almighty presence, fair sage. May you watch over our child, O great sage of spring. It's her. Ali. That swiftly covered your mouth before you could cry out her name. Shh, don't say that name in public, Dave. You're right, sorry. You nodded at him as you stepped back in line with your group. As you looked at Elisa, however, it would seem our way noticed you as she promptly greeted you back with a knowing smile. With a gleeful smile, you waved back at her as you got escorted for the end. You followed the procession until the end as the crowd gradually settled down around the inner parkway. So here's a new CG. You can see everybody in the crowd. Go ahead and see out these parts. Huh. That sounds reasonable enough. I'll do my best to help him lay Astoria. I see. Well, that should be all for the time being. We're at my homestead. I will very much welcome you all for dinner, unless I still have some immediate business to attend to. I will agree. I will meet with Alaric to discuss our next course of action against the Nether Legion. Now, you excuse me. Dave? Yeah, Alex? Come to laugh with me. I'd like to analyze the crystal I gave you again. Oh, well, sure. Alex, isn't it a bit late for that? Dave needs all the rest he can get for tomorrow. It'll be but a quick scan. I just want to learn what changes Elisa's made to it. Sure, but can it be done tomorrow? Of course it can, Max. But why do something tomorrow when you can get it done now? Like I said, it'll be quick. It will be a quick, simple scan. Then Dave can be on his way back home to rest. Alright, I take your word for it, Alex. And I'll send some food to your lab, if you like it. Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, that would be highly appreciated. Thank you, Cody. In that case, good luck with your date, Dave. I'll be at the beach tonight to unwind. Sure, just don't forget about tomorrow, right? Yeah, I won't. But I'll still head back to close the tavern. See you guys tomorrow. Later, everyone. Sleep well, Dave. See you. Take care, you two. Don't forget about your training as well, Dave. Yeah, I don't think I can forget about that at this point. Alright, time's up wasting, Dave. Follow me to our lab, okay? You silently went with Alex back to his lab. He didn't say anything along the way, but he seemed happy. Getting to meet Elisa today must really have lifted his spirits, and for that you were glad. Here we are. Give me a moment. Alex stepped aside as he quickly changed into his usual lab coat. Alright, now show me your sword, if you please, Dave. Sure thing. Now sheath your sword from the scabbard and hand it to him. Amazing, a mere touch. I could already feel the strong mage emanating from within. Then place the sword on one of the tables before starting the scans from his desk. Even the blade itself is remarkable. The alloys that constitute the blade are infused wholly with maize, crystalline powder. This enhances the weapon's ability to resonate with the wielder in the embedded crystal. That sounds like arcane stuff, alright? Arcane, far from it. People have long intended to enhance crude weapons by attaching gemstones and elemental crystals to them, but to forge one from the scratch like this is an entirely different story. See, the crystals need to maintain it safe from maximum resonance. So grinding it into powder, then adding it to the alloy usually does nothing. But this is Lady Spring we're talking about. She must have enchanted the original crystal or shaped it in some way such that when infused with the alloy in powder form, it will resonate even more potently. So, just a long-winded story of saying, yep, that's arcane stuff, alright? You get the point. Right. It's pretty incredible. Back away, Feston. Where have you been? Feston was handling your paperwork upstairs when this tall gentleman from the tavern brought Feston some food for Master Alex and Sir Dave. Oh, it must be from Cody's place. I'm glad they didn't take too long. Cody probably has to close his tavern soon. Alright, thank you, Feston. Just put it on a table there and return to your desk. Understood, Master Alex. But Feston could Feston also stay here to work? Since it is getting late, the people at the lounge advise Feston to work elsewhere. Fine, just don't touch the scan for now. I'm expecting some additional readings at the moment. Feston understands, Master Alex, sir. He looked at the mouse as he placed the food boxes at the table Alice mentioned, then retreated to a corner at the other lab as he continued to go through some papers in silence. What? Nothing. Actually, you said you were expecting some more results from the scanner. Thought you already done so with the sword. True, but I'm just double checking if there was something else I missed with the crystalline powder. But by the looks of it, no, I don't see anything abnormal. It's from an ordinary maze crystal, just somehow able to infuse the blade as we discussed. See, that's still pretty wild to me. Can't help but wonder, though, what exactly is Elise's power again? Well, I'd say her power classifies as oral kinesis, since she could freely manipulate the flora around her. Like the way flowers and glass bloomed at her feet wherever she walked. Indeed, her absolute attunement to nature is mesmerizing. Granted, it only seemed to do that when she's treading on vegetation. Otherwise, she could have single-handedly restored all the plague-ridden wastelands out there. So she controls flowers and plants. But then you just talk about how she must have changed the crystal as well. Yes, which leads to my next point of power could also be crystallokinesis. That's a mouthful. It just means being able to manipulate glass and crystals. And let me guess, Goldie's power is something like terrakinesis. That's correct. In the same vein, Max's is Quayo and Ray is Poirot. That's pretty cool. So everyone has their own kinesis power. Something wrong, Alex? No, it's nothing. I do feel a little pickers. Let's just eat. Better not let Cody's food get cold. Sure, good call. You want something to eat too, Fesson? Thank you, Sir Dave, but Fesson already had cheddar for dinner. Fesson should be good to go until nap time. Don't mind him. I won't even pretend if I could even understand his eating habit. Right. And so you both chow down on your dinner as you sat at the large table opposite where Fesson was working. The food was already a bit lukewarm, but still tasted amazing. You couldn't help but keep an eye on the mouse as you went through your meal. So, Fesson, what's your power actually? Power, Dave, sir. As in the same power Dave and Master Alex was discussing? Yep, that's it. I'm just curious since you don't look like you hold any of those elemental powers. That's because Fesson does not. Fesson's power is crystallokinesis. Yeah, he can essentially shape crystals and form it to his will. Fesson might not be proficient with that, but Fesson tries his best. Yes, that's also one of the reasons why I kept him around the lab. He can help with equipment maintenance, especially the crystal ones. But this weapon I wager is way beyond his understanding. Here, come take a look, Fesson. Fesson got off from his stepping stool as he sat to a higher level before the table, before climbing onto and inspect the sword carefully. Fascinating craftsmanship. This has never seen anything like it. The crystalline structure is flexible and malleable, yet bonds strongly with the metallic alloys. Such meticulous and detailed work, Fesson could never achieve such a thing. And this Sir Dave's weapon, Master Alex? Indeed, this was a gift Lady Spring bestowed upon Dave. Oh, will you convene with her earlier today, Master Alex and Sir Dave? Yes. Fesson understands. This is another sort of actual treasure, Sir Dave. Please keep it well. I will. The room fell silent again as you finished eating and rested for a bit. Alex was already typing away at his desk again, looking at some sort of data on the screen. You glanced at Alex as you vaguely noticed him staring at you. Actually, Dave, I just had an idea. Yeah, what's up? Come take the sword. Oh, okay. You went to take the sword from the table, even though it was yours. You felt rather anxious as your hand was about to touch it. You closed your eyes, expecting to get blasted away like last time. But aside from the surge of energy that Alex described earlier, you didn't feel much else happening with the sword, huh? I see naturally nothing would happen since both the sword and the crystal have been attuned to your resonance. Now, try focusing on Fessin. Focusing as in, remember what he told us back there about how he can resonate with others' power? I don't know how to do so verbatim, but do try something. Maybe if you will it, it will happen. Right, here goes nothing. What is Master Alex and Sir Dave talking about? You'll see, Fessin. We'd like to test something. Just keep this between us, alright? Fessin understands. Please proceed with what you were doing then, Sir Dave. Yeah, as if I even know what I'm doing to begin with. What side you decide to look at Fessin, the mouse staring back at you innocently. After a moment, you close your eyes. The first thought that came to your mind was that you wanted to become him. Be like him in your mind, which felt really awkward and intrusive at first. But as you slowly suppressed those words, several questions started posing themselves to you. What are Fessin's powers? What's he like? How does he usually talk? Small body, yet strong and delicate enough to work with heavy machinery. Has power to control crystals, refers to himself in the third person. Somehow, as you answered those questions one by one, you felt a strange flow of energy coming towards you or your mind. You couldn't tell for sure, but at that moment, you felt like something was suddenly unlocked as a flood of information washed over your mind. Gah! You flinched a little, luckily not enough for the two to notice. With an internal sigh, you took a bit of time to properly process everything that was coursing through your mind. Is this all of his thoughts and emotions right now? Fascination, curiosity, and a whole lot of excitement. Oh, is this some kind of special moment? He looks really happy here. Holding a piece of paper, looks like some kind of certificate. But beneath all the happiness, there's fear, anxiety, and a bit of sadness. I guess this is his fear of being yelled at by Alex. And maybe he feels sad because this implies that he's not doing good enough. As you open your eyes again, you could see Alex was already at his desk monitoring something while Fessin having returned to his previous tasks. Fascinating, the monitor's detecting a lot of maze fluctuation on your end, Dave. If I were here and couldn't see you, you'd have assumed that there were two Fessins based on the maze signature. On second thought, two Fessins in one place. I can't even imagine how that would be here. Oh, Master Alex doesn't need to imagine. They can show you right now. Oh, heavens above. What do you think you're doing, Dave? Is Dave doing something? Well, Master Alex, please do not yell at Dave. Oh, stop it, Dave. Just one Fessin is enough. But Dave thinks Fessin is really liking this, right? This is amazing, Sir Dave. Almost like Fessin's meeting someone from his hometown. Fessin is having that. There are two Fessins now. Yes, now will Master Alex like liquid sugar with coffee sprinkled in? Well, hey, that's a good way to drink coffee, I'll tell you that much. Maybe for you, it's way too sweet for me, Alex. Oh, think the maker that this didn't actually change your personality. You held back your laugh as the Lynx let out a huge sigh of relief. Nah, I don't feel any different. Just actually felt Fessin's emotions and thoughts. Granted, it's a lot more than I expected, but see, I'm still here, still myself. Interesting. So both you and the weapon remain in an inert state until triggered by you? Try to think of something Fessin related. Like what? Well, I don't know. Maybe try to see what she's thinking of right now. Doing right now. Okay then. Sorry, Fessin. You muttered as you stared at the mouse again, who only stared back in mild curiosity. He's thinking about some sort of beans. Yes, sir, Dave. Fessin was thinking of which beans to use for Master Alex's next cup of coffee. Let's see. I'll see. He was thinking of a specific type of beans, but his actual course of action was to make some coffee for me. So you're sensing the thought and emotions, not the actual intent. You can see why this could result in misleading information for you. Why, I guess. Anything else you want me to do? This next test is based on what we observed last time with the energy orb. Alex grabbed a crystal from the shelf next to him and placed it on his open hand. He had tried to resonate with the crystal and make it float, just like what you did with the orb. Okay, here goes. Notice you close your eyes and calm your thoughts before attempting what Alex asked. Firstly, you picture the energy flowing through your heart before diverging towards your hands. Then as you open your eyes and look upon the crystal, you imagine the energy flowing towards it. Then lo and behold, within a matter of seconds, the crystal actually lit up gradually and hovered above Alex's hand. Whoa! That is amazing, Sir Dave. Fessen's impressed. Indeed. Alright, you can put it down now. I'll go through what we've gathered so far. Fess will get the coffee ready soon. Ah, that's right, Fessen. Make some for Dave as well. Yes, Master Alex, sir. Are you even gonna sleep tonight? Oh, me, don't worry about me. I can run on coffee for days. And it can't be good for your health. Sometimes that's just the trade-off. You vaguely notice the lynx glancing at you as you retrieve the sword and sheathe it. Alex, is something wrong? Listen, I guess I have one more thing to answer you. Sure. What is it? It's a bit personal, so I guess you can see why I'm having trouble saying it. Oh. At least you seem to know what I mean to say. Tell me, how did it feel when you resonate with Fessen? I said it was a bit much, but it was actually a lot. All the thoughts and emotion was like a flood rushing through my mind. I learned quite a few things about Fessen. But at the same time, I felt like I was just intruding on his privacy. This felt wrong. Oh man, is this what Elisa felt like when she stood in front of so many people? I don't mind, Dave. Huh? I said I don't mind. Honestly, when I try to think about how invasive it would feel, I don't really feel anything. So in that sense, I'd like to know from your perspective what it would feel like to be fractured. Are you really sure about this, Alex? I am. Whenever you're ready, just do it. Jeez. With a gulp, you decide to steel yourself and comply to Alex's request. Alright? You took a good look at the lynx, who seemed nervous as ever, despite his dejected look, before closing your eyes. Repeating the same process with Fessen, you've arrived at the questions that needed answering about Alex. Alex. He's really smart, calculative, great in science languages, pretty harsh on others, no longer have parents like me. He's surprisingly close to Toby. What else, huh? What's his elemental power? He's never told me. Is it electricity, electro, since he works with machines? No, nothing's coming up. Oh, he talked about being fractured. God. All of a sudden, you felt that overwhelming surge of energy wasn't towards your mind, that you could only assume was Alex's. Stay cool, stay cool. As the flow seemed to have calmed down, you found yourself slowly grasping onto it. So this is Alex's emotions. I can't see any. Ugh. Without pain, focus your eyes open, and as you found yourself crashing against yourself, gasping for air. Dave, oh crap, are you okay? I can't. Jesus. You tried to speak, but words couldn't really come out of your mouth. Your mind was endlessly flooded with incomprehensible images like a broken slideshow. You tried drawing from your elemental reservoir, but nothing happened. It felt as if something was placing a metal block on you. It was suffocating. You yearned to break out from this unseen prison, but no matter how much you wailed and struggled, it all ended in utter darkness or silence. Eventually, the image that somehow lingered on was the arm of a child. reaching out helplessly towards three silhouettes from afar. Is this Alex? Oh God, I can't anymore. I'm sorry. Uh, you find yourself lying down on one of the desks that's been cleared out for you. Alex was keeping an eye on his monitor screen while Fester was just worriedly staring at you. You wondered why he wasn't wearing his lab coat until you realized it was on you the whole time. He must have put it there while you were out cold. What? Master Alex, Sir Dave's awake. Phew, finally. Are you okay, Dave? I think so. Sorry, give me a minute. I can't hear myself think right now. Wait, Fester, help him off the table. Yes, Master Alex. Thanks. You spent the next few minutes sitting at the chair, then walking around the room before the strange fog in your mind had cleared up. How are you feeling? I think I'm okay now. Thanks for the blanket. And well, before you ask, I don't even know how to start. I had a feeling. Just what the hell was that? I thought you had a mind blast where you just kneeled over like that. Sure, it did feel like my mind was just blasted there. How long was I out for, actually? Not too long, thankfully. Fester would estimate about 15 minutes, Sir Dave. Oh, okay, at least it didn't end up like last time, huh? Mess would kill us if we slept in for too long next morning. Oh, sorry, probably shouldn't joke about it, huh? No, it's not that. Fester would get Sir Dave some water, if that's okay. Oh, okay. That'd be nice. Thanks a lot, Fester. It was that bad, wasn't it? What do you want me to say? Just describe it to me. What you felt when you resonated with me. It was suffocating. Like at first, I felt fine. Then it was like someone laid some kind of curse on me or something. I couldn't speak. I couldn't think. Couldn't really feel anything. When I tried to draw from the elemental power, nothing happened. Nothing? Yeah, nothing. Just nothing. Silence. There were some images outside, but they were so vague. I don't even understand any of it. I see. Alex? What? I'm sorry. If this is what you have to go through all these years so far. I guess none of this matters in the end. What do you mean by that? It was just a stupid little idea of mine, and what do you know? Ask stupid questions, get stupid results. You said this felt suffocating, yes? Well, for me, I don't think I feel anything, just that this was a pointless endeavor that won't change the fact that I am fractured. It would be best if you kept what happened here between us. Aside from you, no one really knows that I cannot wield any form of magic. I mean, your gadgets already look and feel like magic to others, but it will never amount to what magic can achieve alone. My research and inventions alone ought to compensate for that never-ending gap. Here's your water, Sir Dave. Thanks, Fester. You awkwardly drank up the glass of water as you noticed Alex's 1,000-yard stare. I guess I should be the one to apologize, Dave, for putting you through this. Don't say that, Alex. You're free to leave now. Get some rest for now. I'll still have some data to work through. Well, couldn't I stay with you guys? We're putting all nighter before. What's another one gonna be? Ooh, having Sir Dave here again would be delightful. Perhaps you could consider helping Fester with some of the papers, Dave, sir? We'll have to see about that. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt for you to stay here with us. Yay. You ended up mostly chatting with the two while Alex finished sorting out the data he's gathered from the previous test. He decided to call off doing the analysis for now, however, instead actually helped Fesson sorting out the papers this time. Eventually, one by one, the three of you fell asleep either at the desk, at the chair, or somewhere else, around the lab when you were too tired. To be continued. This update was pretty heavy because when Dave tried to resonate with Alex, you know, Dave, he has the power to resonate with people. He can determine when he has the power to know what others are thinking. He was able to know what Fess was thinking. He was thinking about the coffee beans, and though he doesn't have the power to know what their intent are, I mean, he didn't know about what Fesson's intent was to do with the coffee beans. Obviously, Fesson's intent was that was a real heavy update. So Dave tried to resonate with Alex, and apparently, in my opinion, there was so much trauma and tragedy with Alex in his past and what's going on in him mentally that Dave had, and I don't know, basically what Dave had was kind of like basically it was so much that Dave couldn't take it. He couldn't take it, it would hurt him. So he had to stop. And of course, Alex's parents are no longer around, so that adds trauma to him. But what we learned in this update is that he does not have any magical abilities, and that depresses him because he feels like he doesn't have any worth since he doesn't have any magic. And he obviously made it clear that he wished he had magic, but he doesn't. So, like, he admitted that he makes up for it by being a scientist and trying his best to create new inventions and make new discoveries. But despite his tireless work, he still feels like he doesn't have any worth. He questions what's the point of being a scientist or doing all this work. And the reason why he questions it is because if he doesn't have any magical abilities, then there's really no point in life. That's what I'm thinking about it. Now we got to know all the different terms for the magical powers the other characters have. We already know that Cody can alter the earth, or the ground anyway, like what he did when Dave was in Alex's lab and he was able to create an orb, but he couldn't control it. So Cody created a shield using the ground to prevent the orb from exploding and harming them. And the fact that he doesn't have magic, it really depresses him. However, I hope in future updates, as the days go on, Dave will comfort Alex and just let Alex know that him not having magic does not make him worthless. That he has the greatest minds. That he he certainly has one of the greatest minds in their world. Definitely in the city. There really aren't that many people that have knowledge just as good or better than Alex does. He's very intelligent. He knows how to put things together, invent things, and analyze stuff to the point that he does a lot of good for the city. And the guildmaster, Alaric, Sir Alaric, he even said that Alex he's a very exceptional person. He's like the, I forgot what he called it, but he did say that Alex is very precious. His mind is a gift to the entire world. And that Alex has incredible knowledge about so much stuff. Remember the last Alex update during the call? Well, I don't know if it was the last update, but when both Alex and Dave were out in the carnival right before the slump monster was sent to the city to attack it, we're doing the carnival scene. Dave really couldn't figure out all the numbers. He looked at a bunch of numbers and he couldn't memorize many of them. Now, Alex, he was able to memorize, I think, 100 numbers. He was able to memorize, I believe, 100 numbers. I mean, he just looked at the paper for a brief moment, and he was able to memorize 100 numbers, like on an advanced level. So he's a very intelligent person. It's not often that you get people as intelligent as Alex. I don't know that it's true, but in my opinion, I think in some way Alex was destined to be an intelligent person rather than having magic. I may be wrong on this, but I think some being gave Alex the gift of high knowledge so he can help his world so he can help the world in being more safer, basically I think there's some force or deity made Alex into an intelligent person so he can do more good for the world and help with scientific discoveries that can possibly help people with illnesses. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't think Alex will let the fact that he doesn't have magic get to him. He should focus on his work as a scientist because that's what he does best, and nobody really can do what he can do. Max and Ray and Cody, they got magical abilities, yeah, but they're not really all that smart. Max apparently thinks he's smart, but he's not. I mean, he focuses too much on the fighting and the physical combat aspect of being a hero, and not so much on the intelligence part. I mean, like thinking things through and how he's going to carry out plans and all that. And that's what Dave learned in Cody's route. He learned that through being Cody's cook, that for you to achieve things and getting things done, you got to resort to problem solving. You got to figure out how to make snap decisions in a short amount of time. And that actually helped Dave become a better hero in Cody's route, being by working in his kitchen. And so I'm just saying, while having magical abilities is a good thing, it is a plus. It's not everything. Certainly being an intelligent person to a point that very few people can even match your knowledge. That's very high. That's a very good thing to have. In my opinion, I think it even beats magic, really. Alice doesn't think that, but personally, I think it does. Because the other characters are not all that smart. I mean, I'm not saying they're dumb, but they're not particularly smart either. He's certainly an intelligent person. He certainly has a gift with his knowledge, his ability to invent things and solve problems. And hopefully Dave will talk to Alice more and comfort him more with his depression, which he clearly has, because in the other routes he seems to be all confident and he knows what he's doing. Yet in this route we find out that he doesn't. He has self. I mean, he doesn't really think of himself all that highly. He wonders sometimes whether he's worth anything in this life. So hopefully Dave will comfort Alex with that. So I skipped the part where Dave talked with Elisa because it's practically the same. And when Cody gets his day 11, if that scene with Elisa isn't any different from Alex and Matt's and Ray's day 11, then I'll just skip that for Cody as well and his day 11. So all the information for the games in the description box below. Thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.